Hey guys, Craig here. Here's a quick inbox review. This is my next project after finishing the Challenger. I'm still waiting to finish the Challenger too, but I'm just waiting for the paint to turn up for that. So this is going to be the next project I'm going to be starting. I might do a little bit of a dio with this one, particularly with current affairs going on in the news and everything. So this is a Hobby Boss IDF merkava Mark IV. I've been through the box. I've taken it all out of the packaging. It looks quite in depth. Bit of a colour scheme on the side of the box. Cyanide grey, apparently. I've no idea what that says. As you can see on the box, you get some, photo etch. In the actual box itself, you get 2 frets. I believe there might be an aftermarket kit on there as well. For armour plating and stuff like that. So taking the lid off, if I can do this one-handed. I'm not going to be able to do this one-handed, so let's do it like that. Right, so upon opening the box then, got the instruction manual. As I said, I've already had a quick scan through it. It looks a beast of a kit. So looking on the actual instruction himself, you've got the key telling you where all the parts and everything are, which is quite good. So if you're stuck going through the instructions, always have a look at that. Tells you where your parts are located. So page 1 is assembly of the lower hull and all the armour plating on the underneath, and starting for the suspension. Page 2 is fitting the suspension and idler wheels. Final drives at the front. The arms for your road wheels. As you can see here, it's loads of little P bits to detail up the final drives. You've got road wheels, drive sprockets. The idler wheels are already pre-assembled for some reason. Going on to fitting the actual wheels themselves. The tracks, it shows you how to make them and how many links you need. You need 105 per side. Fitting the tracks, the exhaust system on the side. And step 5 is fitting the grills over the exhaust and adding the tools. Step 6 is adding headlights and little gribblies here and there, and the front mudguards. Moving on swiftly, putting the hull together, how to fit the tracks with the hull, and we're starting to go into boxes and electronic equipment. We're going on to the rear bins then on the back of the tank. Then we're going through all the tie down points, fuel points and all that sort of stuff. Shows you how it's supposed to look once it's fully assembled. Control panels and the like. Going through that. Rear storage bins for the back of the hull. And then it's the side armour and fitting them to the actual vehicle themselves. Then we've got, what's that? Tow cables and the like to go on the sides on step 11. It's showing you where to put the PE clasps to hold the tow cables on. Then we've got the other side armour. Oh dear. Then it's the main weapon itself. Assembly on how to fit that. Then the commander's hatch and the cupola. And how to put the turret together. How to put the periscopes and all the like onto the turret themselves. There's the commander's hatch there. Then it's onto the ball and chains. How to assemble that to the actual turret themselves. And then the actual assembly of how to do it. Step 14 is fitting the radio antennas, the machine gun mount for the cupola, all the chains and balls to go on the back of the turret, Then we've got smoke discharges and mortars and 50 cals to go on the actual turret itself. Then it's all the optics and more antennas in step 15. The commander's machine gun. Rear stowage bin, you get the choice of two. You either get the one with the bar armour on it, or you get this one which is a sealed like armoured unit. Then at step 16 is more optics, fitting the bins and finishing off the turret. And the last stage is obviously fitting the turret to the vehicle itself. As normal with Hobby Boss, you get a coloured marking and painting scheme. So it shows you how to mark the vehicle up, what colours you need to use, etc, etc. A little key down here telling you what each colour is. Other side, just different markings but the same paint scheme. From what I understand with these merkavas, there's several different paint schemes that you can use. I'm just going to stick with a cyanide grey, which is that one. So what do you get in the box then? So inside the box, it's absolutely mental. There's so many trees and sprues and everything in here. It's unbelievable. You get the rubber rings to go on the road wheels. I don't think you can see them in there, but they're actually perforated. They've got holes going around the outside to give you detail on those. There's the actual tank itself, or the upper hull. You can't really make it out on that in the video, but it has got nice non-slip flooring already moulded into the plastic, which is pretty cool. So that's the main hull. Then you've got the balls for the chains and the little chains to go on the back of the turret. All the poly bushes for the road wheels. Like I was saying, the idlers come pre-assembled. I'm not entirely sure as to why. Then you've got the lower hull. Looking at that, there's some nice detail around the actual wheels themselves. Around these parts, you can just about make it out. Then all the locations for the suspension and everything. Considering you've got the escape hatch at the back on these things, so you can put crew in there or escape out if the tank was hit, or you can put infantry in there or whatever. There's no interior detail to have the hatch open on it, from what I've seen. Next up, we've got ammo belts. Let's try and get that a little bit clearer for you. So on there, we've got 50 cals. You've got all the ammo belts. And that's pretty much everything for the top of the turret for weapon wise on that one. Then you've got two sprues of the same of these, which is all the suspension, sprockets, arms, mud flaps. What look like suspension units here are for the back plates of the armour plating. You've got the springs and everything, and looking at that, idler wheels and guide horns and everything on there. So like I said, you get two sprues of the same. The next one out on this one is all the boxes, side armour, the rear bins. You got the parts there with the bar armour on it. You got the tow cables and the final drives. You got the control boxes in the centre there with the armour plating underneath it. You got gun ports and everything there for the rear of the vehicle. I think that's rear lights. Yeah, it is. That's the rear lights. These parts here, and I believe that's a reversing camera on there. And parts for the final drive down here. Then on the next sprue, you've got the lower turret. Commander's hatch and all the gribblies for the commander's compartment going on there. Same with the rest of the vehicle. It's got some nice detail on the bottom of that turret. All the plating, and in places you can't see it again, but there is some like non-slip flooring for the underside of the turret. top of the turret, again you've got this nice non-slip flooring on the top. Pretty detailed on there. Lots of panels and lots of places for weathering and lots of grime and stuff to get into. So that's the top of the turret. So you get that. Then you get 4 trees for road wheels. Again, looking at these, they're pretty detailed. Got all the nuts and bolts in the right place. On the back end, they've gone to the effort of putting the holes in, but that's as far as the detail goes on the inside of the wheel. You get, I haven't even counted it, but it's all separate links for the track. Let's put them down there so you can see it. So it is individual links. Looking at them, they are very detailed, quite crisp, and don't seem to be that hard to put together. Looking at it. So there you go. So that's, and when I say you get a load of sprues, that's all the tracks there. 3 piles of it. The next tree that comes out is the main armament, and grab handles and the rear bucket if you want the armoured version with a canvas. Gun lock and everything down here. Ammo boxes and the like. Oops. Oh, I had a merkava before, now it's all falling apart. Wow. I really need to move out and get a bit more space. Anyhow, underside of the hole for step 1 and 2. And then you've got these like recovery points here. Rear panel for the back of the hole. You get a sheet of clear parts, which I haven't taken out because I don't want to get them scratched. But there's loads of clear parts in there for all the optics and everything. You get 2 frets of PE. Again, I don't want to take that out because I don't want to damage them or bend them because they are quite small. So that side is all clasps and little boxes and everything for the weapons. This side is plating and meshes and grills, tie down points and everything. And then last but not least, you get the decals. Not being able to read Israeli or anything, but I presume there's 2 different vehicles in there, or maybe possibly 3. Judging by the box art, I would say 2. So that's the decals, and that's pretty much everything you get in the box. So comparing that to the challenges that I've just done, this is actually quite an in-depth build that might take me a little while, to be honest, because there's certainly a lot more parts in this one than there was in the challenges. So that's pretty much the inbox review of this. So if anyone's thinking of getting one of these, you now know what you're going to get inside the box. And I shall do a build log on this bad boy as I'm going. And hopefully it will turn out alright. Like I said, I might possibly do a little diorama with it all. And we'll go from there. So that's that one for now, guys. I shall speak to you later.